Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share this about substance abuse, and I want to be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you, my audience. Imagine you've been buried alive. Let's say you're in the coffin, but you also know you're not dead. You don't know how to open the coffin and push the enormous weight of the dirt above. You think about giving up and just waiting for death to arrive. But you also think about banging on the coffin so that maybe you will unsettle the ground above, and then maybe, just maybe, someone will notice and start digging their way down to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it completely on your own, but you don't know which way to turn. In reality, there are people who couldn't help you standing nearby your grave, but you just don't know that. You think you're just going to die there today. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be good at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, someone or you might just overdose? Did it ever come across your mind that you just might overdose by abusing drugs and alcohol consecutively, consistently, all the time? Doing it once is bad, but doing it every single day, drinking and doing drugs, is the worst thing in your life. And folks, one day you might not wake up. With this, I just want to leave you with one other thought. Don't be that person in the coffin banging on the lid, hoping that somebody might see the dirt moving and start digging their way down to help you. Instead, be a person that takes action now, today, while you still have a chance, while you're still looking. You're blinking, you're alive, you're breathing. You see my video. You, for the sheer fact that you're alive, still have a chance to save your life. With my help at 844-405-HELP, I can help take your life back before your life is gone. And there are people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. Google him at www.odysseyconsultant.org. He will help you from your addiction to your recovery. He and I always tell our clients it doesn't matter where you came from. Hopefully you've had lessons from the past that you've learned from. But it doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is that you're here right now, reaching out to Larry Geis by calling him at 516-458-2741 and asking Larry Geis to help you take back your life. He will plan a future for tomorrow for you, a plan for today. Get a hold of him, 516-458-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. GlobalEyeglasses.com. If you see my videos blurry, maybe it's time for a new pair of glasses. Maybe it's time for you to go to www.globaleyeglasses.com and let Global Eyeglasses focus on saving you money. They will help you with your progressive lenses, your line bifocals, your transitions, your photochromatics, your tinted lenses, your thinner lenses, your shatterproof lenses. Over 1,200 frames, whether it be plastic, metal, or rimless, or no frame at all available at globaleyeglasses.com. But what you need to do is to go there. Take a look at their selection. Now, if you're having issues on picking the right frame with the right lenses, you can always utilize your host, me, with over 30 years in the optometry business. I have joined forces with so many merchants out there that I am willing to help you with my expertise to pick the right glasses. If you go and call me, or you can text me at 631-599-0218, and I will help you pick the right glasses from globaleyeglasses.com. And if you text me, I will make sure that you get free shipping through globaleyeglasses.com. But you need to get a hold of me at 631-599-0218. You need to go to Global Eyeglasses website, which is www.globaleyeglasses.com. And together, I will help, they will help make you see better. www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Today we're going to talk about how to deal with anxiety. 7 easy hacks to help you deal with your anxiety. We've all had those moments when suddenly, maybe inexplicably, you sucked in the gut by worry. Maybe you start thinking about whether you're going to lose your job. Or you stay awake, your eyes growing scratchy while you stare at the clock, fretting about your relationship, a growing to-do list, or nothing particular at all. Maybe you have overwhelming amount of bills. Anxiety is very common and a constant force in most of our lives. An important distinction must be drawn between normal anxiety and anxiety disorders. Anxiety is very common, but we got to make sure that we separate, from normal anxiety, which affect twice as many women as men, and are also common, but are far more serious mental condition. Yet despite its ubiquity, many of us struggle to find healthy, effective ways to deal with anxiety when it strikes. With that in mind, we asked a team of mental health experts for simple things to try when you feel anxiety coming on, whether it's hit hard and fast or creeps up slowly. Here are some of the few preferred anxiety hacks that were recommended by these health experts. Identify and then judge your worry. It seems almost excruciatingly obvious, but one of the first and best things to do when your worry creeps up is to stop, identify exactly what's stressing you out. Is it your work? About that you maybe cannot get done, or that you're concerned about how your colleagues will receive it? Then judge the worry nicely. Ask yourself, is it productive to worry about this? Is there any action I can take to solve the problem? If there is, great, do it. If not, acknowledge that and remind yourself it's okay to have uncertainty. Identify, then judge your worry. Number 2 is schedule some worry time. Seriously, like in your Google Calendar. The idea, this one mental health expert said, is to designate a specific time, say 20 minutes at 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, for a dedicated worry time. Many people are anxious throughout the day and night, and everything in their environment gets associated with anxiety, he explained. What if you could put those worries up on a shelf and then take them down at, let's say, 12 p.m.? For 20 minutes, worry, and then stop worrying at 21 minutes. People think, if it comes to my mind, I've got to worry about it. On the contrary, recognizing when the worry has cropped up, then writing it down, or simply telling yourself that it has to wait until your scheduled slot, it is not that urgent, and not worry until your designated time to worry, can help you regain some control and recognize that often anxiety is a symptom brought on by you. You have every strength, every tool to make it come and go as you please. Number 3 is to sigh. Whew. Doctors, scientists, yogi, and holistic health practitioners of all stripes agree on the benefits of deep, relaxed breathing, but it's one of those things that can seem completely impossible to do when your body is screaming for shallow, panic gasps. So, start simply. A nice, comfortable sigh can help start the breathing process. It lets your shoulders down, helps you relax your muscles, and expel air, so you can slowly breathe more, he explained. Next one is engage with your environment. Though the health experts caution against leaning very heavily on physical fixes to help combat acute anxiety, shifting your focus to your immediate environment may help you get out of your own head at critical moments, he says. Play with the volume of your voice. Shift your visual field, they recommend. If you're sitting, stand up. If you're standing, move. Use your body. Remind yourself that you're not trapped at one location, that you are in control of yourself, and that there is a whole world out there beyond what's going on in your mind. And then change the scene. In a similar vein of anxiety mounts while you're trying to fall asleep, move. If you've been laying in bed for more than 15 to 20 minutes, get up, get out of that place. Over the years, researchers have studied and come up with results that media coverage have put to so much emphasis on getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night that many people feel compelled to stay in bed when they're wired and go to bed before they're tired to optimize their chances of getting that sleep. Don't do that. Get and remain in bed only if you're really sleepy. She advised otherwise get up and do something relaxing, whatever it might be. A bath, a book, or even TV show, as long as it doesn't get you revved up. Bore yourself. Say suddenly the aforementioned job security fear crops up again. Repeat for 15 minutes very slowly. I might lose my job, I might lose my job, I might lose my job. Silently or out loud, initially your anxiety may go up, but then after a few minutes you will begin finding it's very hard to keep your mind focused because you're drifting away. It's from the old days, count the sheep. By flooding your mind with the thought, kind of like a mantra but not, it becomes so boring you can't pay attention to it. So don't try to neutralize the thought or chase after it. You just let yourself repeat it over and over again. I might lose my job. I might lose my job. Over and over again. It will become boring and you'll get rid of it. And last but not least is practice. Practice and practice again. The good news, you cannot be anxious and relaxed at the same time, but relaxation takes work. In addition to making sure that you take time throughout the day to do things that calm you, yoga, stretching, exercise, reading a book, and yes, even watching TV, they recommend making sure that you rehearse a relaxing exercise or distraction technique. You can call up in more acute moments of anxiety, maybe it's tensing and relaxing your muscles one by one or doing basic guiding imagery. Picturing yourself on a hike, for example, imagining what leaves look like and how they crunch underfoot, then practice it again and again. In order for it to work, people need to already be good at it, so you should practice at times in the day when you are not at all anxious. These were the 7 hacks to help you deal with anxiety. First, you need to identify, then judge your worry. It seems almost as obvious as anything, but one of the first and best things to do when a worry creeps up is to stop and identify what exactly is stressing you out, and then judge the worry. How important is this worry? And then deal with the worry. Number 2 is to schedule some worry time. Each and all of us, every day, have something to worry about. Why not, when something comes to your mind that is worrying you, put it on the back burner and then designate a certain time of the week or daily, 20 minutes maybe, to make that worry time. Sit down and say, God, I still have those bills. I need to worry about them. Deal with it for about 20 minutes and then get it out of your mind. Number 3 is to sigh. Doctors, scientists, and holistic health practitioners of all stripes agree the benefits of deep, relaxed breathing. Let your shoulders down. Breathe evenly and calmly. When you let your shoulders down, it helps relax your muscles and expels air so you can slowly breathe more in. Try it. It works. Engage with your environment. Some people are against this, but leaning very heavily on physical fixes to help combat acute anxiety, shifting your focus to your immediate environment may help you and get it out of your head. If you're just sitting in a room and you're bored and anxiety hits you, get up and walk around. If you're laying in bed and a certain thought comes constantly to your mind, get up and walk around. Change the scene. Every once in a while, just move around. If you're inside and you're worried constantly about something, go outside. Look at the sun. Listen to the birds chirping. Bore yourself. If you are worried about one particular item, let's say it's your job, over and over repeat yourself, I might lose my job, I might lose my job. It's almost like the sheep, counting the sheep. Eventually you get so bored at saying it that you will stop saying it. And after a few minutes you will begin finding it very hard to keep your mind focused because you're drifting away. By flooding your mind with the thought, kind of like a mantra but not, it becomes so boring you can't pay attention to it. You don't try and neutralize the thought or chase after you. Just let yourself repeat it over and over again. Last but not least, folks, please practice. Practice and practice. The good news, you cannot be anxious and relaxed at the same time. It's impossible. But relaxation does take work. In addition to making sure you take time throughout the day to do things that calm you, yoga, stretching, exercise, reading a book, and yes, even watching TV, make sure that you rehearse a relaxation exercise or distraction technique you can call up in the more acute moments of anxiety. Maybe it's tensing and relaxing your muscles one by one or doing basic guided imagery. Picturing yourself on a hike, for example, imagining what what the leaves look like and how they crunch underfoot. Then practice it again, and then again. In order for it to work, people need to already be good at it. So practice, practice, and practice. So you should practice at all times of the day, even when you're laying in bed and you can't sleep because you're worried. Folks, let's go back to the beginning of this video. When I talked about this person laying in a coffin, not dead, breathing, alive, yet nobody is there to help. They're crying out loud. They need help. They have low self-esteem issues, depression issues, addiction issues. Be the person that actually now yells out while you can. Don't lay in that coffin waiting for somebody to come help you. Ask people like Larry Geist, myself, or many other people. We are crutches for you to lean on, but you need to make the move. You know where I am at 844-405-HELP. Larry Geist is at 516-458-2741. 516-458-2741. Larry Geist and myself will help you. If you're in New York, give me a text at 631-599-0218. Anywhere else you can reach either one of us. If it's an emergency and you're watching me, call 911. But together, all of us as humans can come together and help each other. No matter which way you want to look at it, folks. We are all brothers and sisters. We are all children of God. Let's all hold hand in hand and fight all things that are so negative in life by thinking positive, by treating each other positive, by knowing that there is help out there, but only together, you and I, all of us, as children of God, can make a difference in the world. We have to stop thinking only for ourselves. If you see an older person, help that person. If you see a person in need, do whatever it takes to help that person. If you're in need, reach out to someone. If you need help, reach out to someone. If you are a person that can give out help, do it. Calmer. Do good things will happen to you. Folks, I hope to God, no matter where you are watching me, that you have the best day of your life, but I hope and I pray each and every show that you have a sober rest of your life. And I look forward to my next show, and I want to please ask you all, alleviate, conquer, battle anxiety by practicing different techniques to battle them. Google anxiety, how to battle anxiety, and that'll give you so much more than I can say in this video. This video was designed just to give you that first step to getting your anxiety, your depression, your low self-esteem going. These videos are the motivation for you to get the help that you need, but you now need to run with it. Reach out to people, and may God bless you.